we have a different topic today, like what we felt like seniors may not need that, but still I felt, yeah, we need that at the most, like might be taking care of our skin or about our oral health, everything we felt. But I feel like it has not been given more concentration or interest nowadays. So after this lockdown, we are now ready to come out and attend our offline sessions and all. So in this way, I would like to introduce these two sessions for you, where I felt somewhere around 20 to 30% of the seniors feel this is somewhat cornered about skin care and oral care. No, I'm aged, I'm 60, I'm 70. Without that, even we can manage. I have a denture, I have some tooth problem, root canal, no teeth. It's okay, let me manage. No, this is not the one. It is related in many other health issues also. So here we have two great doctors, Dr. Amita and Dr. Salman Khan. So I think Dr. Salman Khan would be speaking first in this regard. And I would give this to Mukta to introduce Dr. Salman Khan in this regard.
Yeah. Thank you, Brunda ma'am. A very good evening to one and all present here. I'll just give a brief introduction about Dr. Salman Khan. Okay. Okay. A very unique profile, which I haven't read earlier. So it is very interesting. Kindly listen to it properly. Okay. Today's speaker, he loves spending his leisure time in toy stores and has a huge collection of board games, always ready for a game of Monopoly or Scrabble any day. When he is not fixing teeth, he spends time in cooking, listening to podcasts, or reading books. He is passionate about 4 B's in life: braces, bulls, that is related to stock market, burgers, and biryani. His burning desire is to transform Bangalore's smile and build life-changing confidence and comfort in his patients' lives. Dentistry is serious business. He serves with love and care to win it. With an experience of over 11 years, 11 months, 17 days, and counting, and having touched the lives of 18,000 plus patients. So this was a brief introduction about Dr. Salman Khan. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mukta. A very good evening to each one and all, respected seniors and friends. Thank you so much, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to come here today and share a little bit of information with you all. I would like to start with my presentation. Like quickly, can I ask each one of you, are you able to see the screen? Thumbs up. Yeah, so thumbs up if you're able to see my screen and you can hear me loud and clear. So as you can see, I'm Dr. Salman and I am a dentist. I'm a dental specialist by profession. I'm an orthodontist. So dentistry is serious business. We make it fun. So, you know, who doesn't need dentistry? Everybody needs dentistry. Even if you're Batman, see, even Batman needs to brush his teeth to keep his teeth. Right. So a little bit about our practice. It's called Dr. Braces and Faces Specialty Clinics. And we are located in BTM second stage, Bangalore. I will give you a quick 60-second background of my education. In 2004, I secured a merit seat, government seat, and I went for my bachelor's until 2009. And from 2009, I worked, got some experience. Then I went to do my specialization in Mangalore. I did my bachelor's in Bangalore, and for specialization, I went to Mangalore and I did my MDS from 2012 to 2015 while I was working. And after 2015, I did my fellowship from US, St. Louis. And from 2016, we established our own practice in Bangalore. We'll be shortly turning 6 years. So when we first started practicing, it was only me and Dr. Amita, two of us in the practice. And now we have our support staff and all other junior doctors, and we have grown to a team of 12 people that are serving in South Bangalore. So today, it's a very interesting and unique topic. I spent some time to take up some interesting facts, the latest facts which I could present, which could be helpful for each one of us. Uh, India today, for elderly people, it constitutes 17% of our population. About 7.7 crore people are above the age of 60, but only 22% of them live in urban areas. Only 22% of them have the tertiary access to specialist doctors and specialized healthcare. And a very interesting fact is that almost 96% of elderly people above 60 years have some sort of dental problem. And most of them are even unaware or unmotivated to rectify the same. So, the central government recently in February, they came out with national health policy, oral health policy. And the need of the hour was that we must educate and create awareness on geriatric dentistry, that is for adults, so that as our lifespans are increasing with increasing quality of healthcare, so is very important that people are living till 80 and 90, they eat well and they have all this. So some of the common problems that we come across uh, elderly is most common is number one is missing teeth. Most of us, we will see that, one or two teeth are missing. Sometimes we feel, what is the need of getting a tooth replaced? But if a tooth is not replaced, the bone starts getting resorbed, which means the bone starts going down, and that's not a healthy sign. The next, the common thing that happens is many of them have loose teeth, which we otherwise call as periodontitis. So these loose teeth will not enable people to eat effectively. And many patients, which repeatedly they come to us, is because of dry mouth. Whenever they wake up early in the morning, most of the time you will come across people saying that, my mouth becomes absolutely dry, or I need to wake up in the middle of the night to drink water. Generally, a dry mouth is associated with patients where they are having medications for their other illnesses. Like if they are having their medications to manage their blood pressure, their sugar levels, arthritis. Because elderly patients have already used their teeth for over 60 years.
हाँ मेरा भी ऐसा है 10 मिनट 20 हो जाता है
And bore down.
मेरे को भी 15-20 मिनट बस
And normally, just give me a second. Okay. We come across a lot of people with having white lesions or white spots in the mouth. So if we come across any white patches in the mouth, then it is always recommended to see a dental specialist immediately, because these white patches are a sign of maybe something underlying is bigger. So never ignore any white patches if ever developed in the mouth. And ulcers, burning sensation of the mouth is one of the even more common things. These generally give rise because of any digestive issues, any abdominal issues, because of which we may face, ulcers, burning sensation, foul smell from the mouth, discolored and decayed teeth, and most importantly, because of all these problems that I mentioned earlier, we have patients who complain that improper speech, and because of that, missing teeth, there is low self-confidence. An interesting fact is many elderly, they get their entire oral health revamped just before an important event like their daughter's wedding or their son's wedding or something big that's happening in the family. So normally they do it in a rush. So my advice would be get it done at your own pace and comfort. Do not visit a dental specialist or a dentist with a fixed deadline of 30 days or 15 days or a month and a half. Even then, treatment is possible, but sometimes in the pressure of trying to fix everything in a short duration of time, the doctors may be forced to cut corners. And because of all the dental problems that people normally face, we see that malnutrition is quite common. And sarcopenia is nothing but because of malnutrition, because we don't eat adequately, because our teeth are not in good shape, we lose muscle mass because we do not have adequate protein diet. We lose the mass on the mouth, on the cheeks, on the face because there is not adequate nutrition. Now, what are the good practices you think we can have to maintain oral health? First of all, make it a rule that we must drink at least 8 glasses of water every single day. We must have nutrition rich diet. Always make sure we take our calcium and iron supplements. And with your dentist, a dental checkup and teeth cleaning every 6 months is an extremely recommended practice. And did you know that improving your gum health, if you're facing any gum diseases, if we automatically fix those diseases, your sugar level improves. In fact, one of my endocrinologist friends who are specialists of diabetes and hypertension, they normally refer their patients when they see their sugar levels are not getting controlled and they have a lot of dental problems. So when I fix those dental problems, automatically the sugar level gets better. And for patients who wear pacemakers, stents, or any cardiovascular issues for which they are taking aspirins or statins, it's very vital that they get the teeth checked and they get it rectified every 6 months. And patients who are experience stroke, uh, they have the golden first 1 month where there will be a lot of drooling and speech will be improper. So the first month when we are able to give them dental care, the chances of recovery are much, much, much higher. And so on and so forth, the chances of recovery keep going down. And a lot of patients who have Parkinson's or neuromuscular disabilities, these are patients that require additional care. For such people, a simple thing what they can do is can go on to Amazon, and nowadays we have really nice motorized toothbrushes that help keep their teeth much better. Otherwise, they will not be able to brush effectively. And also, we do have oral flossers these days. A oral flosser is nothing like a small device like a pressurized water jet, like what people use to clean cars, but will be very miniature, which will be used to clean teeth. So with a pressurized water force, it gets in between all of your teeth and makes sure there is no residual food left. And most importantly, sugar-free xylitol chewing gums, they are always available over the counter. You can make it a habit to chew these gums. These gums will always enhance salivary production. As we age, the saliva production goes down because we have less saliva. There is a lot of dry mouth, and we develop cavities, dental cavities, because saliva acts like a normal cleansing barrier. So when we chew a xylitol chewing gum, that helps produce more saliva in your mouth. This is, I just wanted to quickly show a picture of our practice. And what you need to remember when we are doing practice, we strictly sanitize, disinfect our clinics, and we do temperature and O2 level checks, and everything is sanitized and sterilized between each patient. So good thing is, if you add everybody's experience that people work here, we are 85 years old. So the amount of experience collectively of all the doctors who are here, we are a group of about 7 specialists who take care of different aspects of dentistry. And I just wanted to show you a quick example of, if you see here how teeth are there, and after getting crowns, this is how it looks. So, there are options where we can do things like this to the patients to restore that they bite easily and they're able to chew nicely. And on top of that, nobody makes out that they are wearing a crown. But then when people have lost a lot of teeth, this is an explicit case of an elderly gentleman who was chewing pan for about 4 decades of his life and tobacco. And when he came to me 2 months before his son's wedding, he said, Doctor Saab,
ಚಾಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಈಗ ಬಂದ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟದೆ
मैं अपनी बेटी की शादी में मुस्कुराना चाहता हूं, अभी मैं मुस्कुरा भी नहीं सकता, फोटो में मुंह भी नहीं खोल सकता, बात भी नहीं कर सकता. So, let us, मेरा advice है, we will not wait until it reaches this stage. These are generally very advanced level of diseases, and it takes about 2 to 3 months to treat such problems fully. And then, we had to do something and we build up teeth like this, and at least when he smiles now, nobody knows. So there is a huge transformation from how he was to how he is now, and the gentleman is very happy. And general FAQs, what most of the patients ask us is, what are the cost of the treatment, time kitna lagta hai, what are our hours, flexible payments hai kya. So normally for our all senior citizens, anybody above 60 years and above, we do not charge any consultation fee at all. We just do a checkup, and because every patient is different, every patient need is different, the cost will definitely be different. So we do a consult, we do a checkup in our premise, and then we let them know that this is the duration that's required, this is the cost that it will be, etc., so on and so forth. So if you see this patient, she had no teeth at all, completely zero. But now as she smiles, nobody can tell that she had no teeth. So these are new kind of dentures that have come in. They are called as silicone dentures. So they are very aesthetically pleasing and accepting, and nobody can actually make out that they are wearing a denture. No more dentures which requires a lot of wires, and no more dentures that fall off while you're eating. So these go on and fit, and they become like part of your body. So this is another case of silicone denture. So you can't really make out that the patient is wearing something. And of course, we do all kinds of cosmetic dentistry as well. This is the bride where we've done teeth whitening. And this is the wall we have. We are very proud of our wall. This is all the happy patients who have given written testimonials and that they've signed on our wall in our clinic. This is what we preserve the most, and we are proud of that. We are able to touch a lot of people and make everyone happy. So I would like to thank you all for your patient listening. And if you have any questions for me, I would like to take any questions or any doubts, anything that I could be of help. I will also share my contact details with Brinda if anybody wants to read. Sorry?
Yeah.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಿಕಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಷ್ಟೊಂದು
So if there are no questions, then I will move on. I'll ask Dr. Amita to take over Brinda, and I'll also share the contact
Any
details.
questions? Any members have any doubts or something? Or else we can proceed towards skincare.
Sir, we want your number. Please give me your number.
I will just put it on the chat box. If anybody wants to reach out to me, they can always reach out.
I want to ask,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, वो जो डेंचर कहा है तो वो रिमूवेबल होता है?
जी मैम, डेंचर्स रिमूवेबल भी होते हैं. अभी हाइब्रिड डेंचर आ गए हैं, इम्प्लांट सपोर्टेड, जिनको रिमूव करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. दोनों टाइप के डेंचर बनते हैं. कन्वेंशनल भी बनते हैं जो मतलब 100 साल से बनाए आ रहे थे, और अभी पिछले 10 साल से वी हैव कम आउट विद न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी जहां पे आपको निकालने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है डेंचर.
तो मतलब
दोनों
किया जाएगा.
जी जी,
ओके, परमानेंट
परमानेंटली फिक्स होता है. So now I will hand over to.
हमने सुना है ऐसे परमानेंट जो होता है वो लाखों का खर्चा आता है.
नहीं मैम, जनरली देखिए परमानेंट के लिए क्या होता है, कॉस्ट वी जनरली प्लेस एन इम्प्लांट. मुंह के अंदर जो हम इम्प्लांट डालते हैं, इम्प्लांट की कॉस्ट बहुत वेरीड है. जैसे चाइना के जो इम्प्लांट आते हैं जिन पे कोई वारंटी नहीं होती है, आजकल उनका मार्केट में प्राइस है 13 से 15,000 इंक्लूडिंग द सर्जिकल प्रोसीजर एवरीथिंग। वेयर एज जो जर्मनी के इम्प्लांट्स आते हैं, जो लाइफ टाइम वारंटी आते हैं, 100% प्योर टाइटेनियम ग्रेड के आते हैं, ईच इम्प्लांट कॉस्ट अबाउट 35,000। अभी एक पेशेंट को कितने इम्प्लांट लगेंगे और
हाँ।
उनको कौन सा इम्प्लांट चाहिए उसके ऊपर निर्भर करता है। कोई पेशेंट को बिल्कुल इम्प्लांट नहीं बनवाने हैं, बिना इम्प्लांट के भी ट्रीटमेंट हो जाएगा, सिर्फ डेंचर से भी हो जाएगा। अब जैसे कुछ पेशेंट को ख्वाहिश है कि हमको निकालना नहीं है बार बार, अच्छे से दिखना चाहिए, अच्छा मेंटेनेंस चाहिए, तब हम इम्प्लांट्स लगाते हैं। कुछ पेशेंट्स में डायबिटीज लेवल बहुत हाई रहती है, उनमें हम इम्प्लांट नहीं लगाते हैं। कुछ पेशेंट्स को एवरी पेशेंट के ब्लड टेस्ट रिपोर्ट्स पे, उनकी जनरल हेल्थ पे निर्भर करता है कि इम्प्लांट लगेगा भी। कई बार ऐसा होता है, कुछ पेशेंट्स आके बोलते हैं मुझे इम्प्लांट ही चाहिए, हम मना कर देते हैं बिकॉज देयर बॉडी में नॉट बी एक्सेप्टेबल फॉर इम्प्लांट, नॉट कंपैटिबल।
Hello, doctor. Hello. I have one question. I have got dentures in both, complete dentures. So what
जी.
oral care I should take? I even otherwise without, I mean, at night I brush, I mean, not brush, just rub with the toothpaste, gum care I'm using. I had this thing, tooth, I'm under treatment since 1990. Some teeth were extracted, then root canal was done, then capping and everything. Ultimately, some few were remaining. So it was all removed. Now, I am this thing putting gum care on the gums. What other precautions? I mean, for person with dentures. I mean,
Okay. Excellent question, sir. Very nice. So it will be very helpful if I answer, I think, for many other people. There are generally denture cleansing tablets. Denture साफ करने के tablet होते हैं. I am just typing out one of the popular one. उसका नाम है
yeah,
Cleanse.
Clinsodent. Yeah, I know, doctor. Clinsodent.
So Cleansodent normally I recommend for dentures 15 दिन में एक बारी. Overnight you can keep your denture in a bowl of water and put Cleansodent
Yes,
for about 2 to 3 hours, and in the morning you can rinse them. So
I
that makes
I even
जी sir.
don't put dentures in Clinsodent for a number of months, but still the dentures have become all right. And still, I can, if you can see.
Excellent. Very nice.
Yeah.
So the Cleansodent is one option where you can at home maintain and make sure your dentures keep looking new. That is one thing. So second thing is, if your dentures are more than 2 to 3 years old, then it is recommended you get your dentures checked every 2 years once. If the level everything is perfect, then the doctor will not do any treatment. They will just see if everything's okay, then they will tell there's nothing required. Then they'll recall you after a year or two again for a checkup. Sometimes what happens beneath the denture, you may develop some small fungal infections which the patient, generally the user, will not be aware of. Only a doctor, when he sees and examines, he will find those things out. So normally denture ka kya hai, never wear it to bed. Always remove them, put them in water before you go to bed, and make sure you massage your gums, your palate, everything thoroughly with your finger press for at least 3 to 4 minutes before you go to bed. That enhances blood circulation and oxygen flow to all parts which were otherwise covered by the denture the whole day.
And doctor, in the beginning, I had a problem of the lower denture was not, it was coming out. So before eating, I was advised to apply Fixodent. Fixodent, this thing.
Okay.
I think imported, I got from this thing. So that was working. But now I didn't require at all. Lower denture also, normally they say difficult, but it is now okay. For 3 years, I've been using the same denture, no problem.
Excellent.
So no need not change now if everything is okay.
If everything's okay, you need not change, sir. You just
Yes,
need to get a
thank you,
checkup done periodically. That's it.
only thing sometimes I have got blisters. Some, though this thing. So what I do, I remove the denture for give rest. While eating only I wear or going out. Otherwise at home I remove and keep. It becomes all right. That what are some blisters here and there. I mean, which is the head. paining, sometimes. Anyway,
Sir, sorry
thank
to
you.
interrupt you. I think doctor has shared his number. You can just call him in your free time and you can take the individual discussion with him. Doctor, is that okay with you? If some of our members calls you for some queries and all. So I think it's Dr. Amita is waiting and we can proceed with that.
Please
Amita,
give your number. I want number.
yeah, he has posted in chat box, ma'am. You want that to be dictated?
I will hand it over to Dr. Amita now.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much for my
Thank you
answer.
so much.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
You're most welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good evening,
Yeah.
Dr. Amita. I welcome you. I think this is your first talk with Dignity Foundation and likely to have many more with our members' reaction seeing on this. And Mukta, can you please introduce Dr. Amita?
Yeah, sure. With pleasure. Okay. So this
मुक्ता ये आपको अटेंड करना ही हो ना वो बता रहा है कि ब्यूटीफुल हेल्थ स्किन इज
okay.
अटेंड करना है
A brief introduction about
I'll just mute.
Dr.
Can you
Amita.
all mute, please? I'm just muting. Yeah, Mukta, you can start.
Okay, so Dr. Amita graduated from the prestigious Vaidehi Institute in 2011 with an inclination towards the cosmetic surgical field since a teenager. She decided to test the waters of non-surgical cosmetology and medical aesthetics and went on to specialize in medical aesthetics and cosmetology from the renowned Dr. Jamuna Pais Institute in Mumbai, India in 2012. Dr. Amita Muralidhar is a consultant cosmetologist at Dr. Braces and Faces Clinic and has been practicing for the last 9 years at various hospitals such as Beams Hospital, NU Cosmetic Clinic, Apollo Hospitals, etc. Her patients come to her across Bangalore and other parts of the world to seek medical counsel pertaining to skin and hair. Her unmatched knowledge and experience puts her in the forefront in the field of medical cosmetology. So a warm welcome to you to Dignity Foundation online session, Dr. Amita.
Thank you very much. And I'm really glad that I can be a part of this. Thank you for having me here. And today I chose the topic of aging beautifully instead of speaking about anti-aging, because aging is inevitable. All of us age from the day we are born. We begin to age and it just continues. So today I wanted to talk about how we age beautifully, how we can age gracefully, and how maintaining healthy skin is good, because healthy skin is what is beautiful. It's not about having what kind of skin tone, any kind of skin. It's just about having healthy skin, and how healthy skin is what makes you look beautiful. So I'd like to begin by talking about how usually aging happens. So there are a lot of factors which are there which lead to aging, or what I would say is premature aging of the skin. So some of us start showing signs of aging very early on. There are some of us who don't look our age. Some people, you might meet a lot of people and they say that, oh, you don't look like you have a daughter that age, or you don't look like you have grandkids this age. So it's just about aging beautifully and aging gracefully and how we can do that. So as I was saying, healthy skin is beautiful skin. Today we'll talk about how and why our skin changes with age, and what are the preventive things that we can do to prevent aging, premature aging of skin. And once we've already aged, how we can reverse the clock. So let's see about, once the aging signs have already started showing, how we can make sure we reverse those signs of aging. So to begin with, what are the causes of aging? There are many factors. So when I say intrinsic factors or extrinsic factors is external factors. Intrinsic factors are internal factors that happen inside our body. Most often the external or intrinsic factors are what we call as photoaging, meaning because of sunlight. We all think that it is good. We need vitamin D. We have to go out in the sun, and we go out in the sun during times that we should not go out. Ideally, the vitamin D synthesis happens in the body in the very early morning sun. The other times that we go out in the sun, we need to apply a sunscreen which is going to protect us from the photo damage or the UV rays damage that the skin creates, that the UV damage creates on the skin. So these are all environmental factors. All these environmental factors can be avoided. So we have few products that you use while you are aging, which will make sure that it prevents excessive aging signs that show up on your skin, right? And then there is cigarette smoke. Smoking causes a lot of damage in the body, which first starts showing on your skin. And then we have pollution, and people living in cities, especially the metro cities such as Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, all of us are blessed with a lot of pollution and dust, which we cannot get away with. So these are the external or extrinsic factors that cause aging of skin. Now let's talk about intrinsic factors, meaning what are the factors that cause damage from within, which are not really under our control, but we can do a lot to correct them. So some are because of our lifestyle, like smoking, alcohol, etc. Then there is also loss of volume. As we age, what happens? Because of aging and because of gravity, slowly everything starts moving downwards. When we are younger, we all have an inverted triangle shape of a face. As we get older, because there is movement of your fat pads, of your muscles, and everything downwards, we have a triangular shape of the face. Any anti-aging treatment that we do, we want to restore this balance. When we do anti-aging treatments, we want to lift everything against gravity. That is what we do. So when there are internal factors that cause aging, there is fat loss, meaning the fat is moving downwards. There is fat loss that happens. Yeah, the muscles are getting weaker, and when there is muscle weakness, they all again start sagging downwards. We have a lot of sagging, loose skin that is there. And in women, what happens? There are hormonal changes. When you hit menopause, there is one hormone known as estrogen that is there in abundance. When you've not hit menopause, when you hit menopause, this estrogen level starts going downwards, which reduces the fat. So we see a lot of people when they're younger, they're very plump, they are very chubby. As they get older, we see that they've lost weight on their face. This is all because of these changes that happens inside the body. Now, I just want to show you a picture. So this is not of an Indian, but that's why you see it on the left side of the face. This is of a person who used to drive. And every time he drove, he had sun hitting on one side of his face. And you see how much change is there on one side as opposed to the other side. This is how much damage sun rays or your UV rays can cause on your skin. That is why wearing a sunscreen when you step outdoors is extremely important. And these are the changes you'll see. These are 3 different phases. This is during the younger age. You'll see in the middle is the mid-age and as we age. So you start noticing that there are lines that are coming up here. There are folds that are coming up here. Slowly the eyebrows start drooping downwards. We have this lid which starts falling here. We have jowls. We call these as jowls. We have these small, irregularities here. We have loose skin happening in this area, which we think is double chin, but it's not double chin. It's all sagging and moving downwards. And what happens? We also have bony changes that happen. As we age, there is something called bone resorption that happens. Your bone starts resorbing. So you notice that, there is all this eye socket. We call this as a socket. This bone that surrounds your eye. It's all here, and then slowly because of bone resorption you start noticing that there is hollowness. So we see that there is more puffy eyes, we see dark circles, and all these bones all start resolving. So they all go inwards, then our face becomes like this. So we can restore this balance. It's not that we've reached the stage and we cannot do anything about it. So here you notice that all stars go through aging. All the famous stars across Bollywood and Hollywood, all of them, if you notice all of their faces, you see that youthful look, and then you see that there are subtle changes in their face. Some of them have gone through treatments and made sure that they age gracefully and it doesn't show so much. Some of them have just let it be, and you can see how much change is there in their faces. So how do you prevent premature aging of skin? What are the few ways in which you prevent them? So we always believe in prevention is better than cure. So how is it that when you are younger, you can still take care of, or as you're aging, that you can make sure that you prevent excessive aging of your skin? One is you wear sunscreen every single day when you step out during the very hot hours, and even when the days are very cloudy. Even on cloudy days, the UV rays can penetrate through the clouds and cause UV damage on your skin. If you're smoking, definitely slowly reduce and quit smoking. Consume lesser alcohol and more water. Exercise. So when you exercise, all the hormones which are going down in your body. So as we age, what happens? When we are younger, our body is making more of certain compounds in the body. As we age, it starts getting depleted. And what happens? Making the production also reduces and the destruction also increases. So you see a lot of aging happening as we age. So when we exercise takes care of this. Exercise makes sure that it produces more of these compounds which keep your skin looking healthier and younger. Then a balanced diet. When I say a balanced diet, your skin and hair mostly need protein. It needs omega-3 fatty compounds. You cannot just say that now I'm aging, I'm not going to take, you need to take good amount of fats. You cannot say I'll eliminate fat altogether. You need good fats that go into your body. Then we also have a lot of other micronutrients which we miss out. When we age, we feel that, we can't eat this, we cannot eat that. That is where we go into a nutrient loss and it starts showing on your skin. Then the next thing that you need to use is, don't use products that burn your skin and sting your skin. And make sure that you moisturize your skin. No matter what your skin type is, make sure you moisturize it. When you keep your skin hydrated, your skin is a lot healthier. And wash your face with a gentle face wash twice a day. And whenever you're stepping out in the sun, wear sunglasses so that you prevent squinting. When you do this and squint, all these muscles, because of overworking these muscles, you'll start noticing a lot of these lines and all these folds and early signs of aging that come up. So always wear sunglasses when you step out in the sun. And now that, once we've already reached this phase, okay, we have not done all of these during a younger age, but what do? Do we have something to take care of it? Can we still take care of all the signs of aging that show on our skin? Definitely. So there's a lot of misconception surrounding Botox. So Botox is actually a company name. This is what we call is a neuromodulator, where we say it's a neuromodulator, and it is actually a neurotoxin. It's called botulinum toxin. The famous name is Botox. Botox is very regularly used even in babies who have muscle paralysis, babies who have muscular problems. Even in those, in very high dose, Botox is used. So Botox, as people have villainized it, is not something that freezes your face. It's not something that will paralyze your face. Botox is something that will just soften the lines. So ideally, Botox was made as a medical product to treat medical conditions. When they were treating medical conditions, they also found out that it was making your lines and wrinkles go away. That's when it became a cosmetic product. So it is absolutely safe to use when it is done by a right professional, when it is done by someone who has good experience in doing it. Then we do something known as soft tissue augmentation, meaning, as I said, the muscle, the fat, and everything that is drooping downwards, making you look saggy and all this loose skin that comes up. We do treatments to lift them up and give you and reverse these signs of aging. Then when I say submental fat reduction, it is this area which people commonly call as double chin. It's not really double chin, it's loose skin which accumulates here as you get older. This can also be reversed. Then with all the lines that show up on your skin, your hands look like they're getting very wrinkly and very soft. We do laser rejuvenation for that to make that look younger. We also do body contouring. As we age, as I said, there is fat loss, there's muscle loss. So everything in the body starts sagging. So we also can do body contouring if you want to reverse that. So this is a treatment that we have done with Botox. If you notice these lines that come up, the wrinkles that come up. If you see, there is day 2, day 14, and in 3 months, it's almost not seen at all. Then here, the lines that come up here in between, and then you also see crow's feet, as we call. All these can be removed and reversed with treatments that we do. This is a soft tissue augmentation. Here you notice that, this middle-aged lady has a lot of aging signs that are showing up around the mouth, from the nose to the mouth, which has been reversed. And this is the loose skin here, the so-called double chin correction. If you notice the loose skin, it's almost not seen in the second picture on the right side at all. Again, this is the same correction that has been done. So anything and everything. So now we live in an era where you don't have to say, this is me, I've aged, I look this way. If you feel happy the way you are, that there's nothing like it. You can do that. But if you do have some kind of issues, if there is something that is bothering you, if it's affecting your confidence, then we have treatments that can reverse the signs of aging that shows up on your face. We can make you look years younger than you actually look. There are people who are just in their 65 and 70s who look like they're much older. We can reverse all those signs of aging. We live in an era where we have the luxury of having all these extremely safe and effective products and treatments. So anything that shows on your face, which is taking a toll on your confidence, which is making you get bothered by all these aging signs that show up, we can reverse all of them absolutely safely and effectively. So I do not want to talk and give you a lot of technical details. I just wanted to show you what are the possibilities. And I'd like to end it here. Thank you all for this opportunity. Thank you, Dignity Foundation and Brinda, for having me here.
I think we can go for question and answers round now. And any questions, members?
Yes.
Doctor, I have a question. I have a
So
question.
one by
doctor.
one, Mr. Habil has raised his hand. Sir, you can proceed.
Yes, sir. Mr.
Aunty
Habib, please.
here. Hello, yes, I want to ask a question about oral cancer. How does
Okay.
oral cancer, what happens in oral cancer? What are the symptoms and what happens about food intake and some background of oral cancer?
So most often oral cancers are seen in smokers and gutka and pan chewers. And there are different, so some people see that there are ulcers, some people have burning, but this question is ideally for Dr. Salman. He would be the most appropriate specialist to discuss this with. Since he's already given his number, you could get in touch with us and he'll be able to help you. This question is the most ideal for him.
Okay, thank you.
I want to ask,
Yes, ma'am.
why there are bags under eyes?
Yes. So as once we start aging, there is a lot of changes that happens on our body, especially on the face. So our bones start getting resolved. So there is a little bit of reduction in. So if your bone is, it has this much width, as we age, it starts getting very full. So what happens? This eye socket, which is covering till here when we are younger, slowly the socket starts resorbing and it becomes bigger and bigger. When that happens, the fat in that area and the skin starts pushing outwards. So now that there is no bone, it starts pushing outwards and it will start showing up as eye bags.
Okay. But how to remove those?
So these can be very effectively removed with treatments. We have a lot of treatments for eye bags and dark circles, wherein we do something called dermal fillers, which is there is something called hyaluronic acid, which is naturally there in our skin, and the same thing we infuse into your skin so that the eye bags are not seen anymore.
But that means there is a surgery?
No, all these procedures are non-surgical. So it's not a surgical procedure. It takes about 15 to any procedure that I spoke to you about, all the pictures that I showed you are all non-surgical. Takes a maximum of 20 to 25 minutes to do the procedure and nobody can tell that you've done anything.
And reasonable charges?
Yes, ma'am. So again, when I say talk about price, it's very subjective. But a lot of, it's not that only celebrities do it. We have a lot of commoners who do it now. So absolutely affordable.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Can I ask?
Of course, please, please.
What I wanted to know is, like before the doctor, it was told that we have to have sunlight in the morning. But now when I had a back problem, I went to the orthopedic. He said not in the morning, but at 12 o'clock. 12 to 3 is the best time. So I don't know, is it changing? Before they used to say before 9 and after 4. Now they are
Yes.
saying.
So again, for different indications, different specialities tell you that do this and do that. For bones, since the absorption needs a lot more, they might say that you do it at that time. But again, when you're going out in the sun during that time, make sure on the exposed areas, at least on your face and your neck, you make sure that you apply sunscreen.
Which is sunscreen? Which is that? What is that?
A lot of sunscreen based on your skin type. For some people who have oily skin, we like very gel-based and water-based sunscreens. For people with dry skin, we like to give creamier sunscreen so that it makes the skin glow and that gives them a lot of hydration. So based on the skin type, we like to give sunscreens. But there are a lot of common sunscreens that you get, even commercial brands such as Neutrogena and all these also that do well, if not medicated ones.
Some people say if you put lot of sunscreen, it's harmful.
Again, that's a very big myth. When not a lot of sunscreen, definitely, anything in excess is not good. It's harmful.
But every day you have to put?
When you're stepping out in the sun. So when you're going to go out 10 minutes before, please put on your sunscreen because it takes that much time for the activation of the product.
Okay. Thank you.
Doctor, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir, please.
Like the exposure to sun, whatever we said, okay. What is the advisable exposure time and duration, both? When should we really, for vitamin D, they always say, the doctors advise that you should go and expose yourself to the sun, no?
Yes.
What is it rightly? Can you just give some idea?
Yeah. So what I would personally suggest is getting exposure to the early morning sun. Anywhere between say 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. is when I would recommend that you get sun exposure. That is, during the summers, I would restrict it to say 8 o'clock and not beyond that because it gets really, the UV rays get very harsh after that. So you can get a good half an hour to 45 minutes of good sun exposure. You can go for a walk where there's enough sunlight and that should be sufficient. But also vitamin D doesn't, just because you go in the sun, you're not going to get enough vitamin D. You also have to have good amount of calcium for enough absorption of vitamin D to happen.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
But ideal time they are telling in Bangalore is 10:30 to 3 they are telling. And then the vitamin D.
No, that is a little confusion I had. That's the reason I put this question to doctor. Because the same thing, my orthopedic doctor has
because of
advised.
course these days, the sun is also coming out very late or hardly there's any sunlight that you see.
True.
So of course, based on where you stay, that could also kind of get fluctuated.
And can we apply coconut oil generally for a dry skin?
Absolutely. But avoid applying coconut oil if you have oily skin. You
No,
can
dry
apply
skin.
to, yeah, you could
Yeah.
definitely use pure coconut oil is a really wonderful product to use.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
You treat for lichen planus, madam? Lichen planus.
Yes, sir.
You treat for lichen planus?
Yes.
Huh?
Doctor, I'm having a dry skin. Dry skin is there. So what shall I do?
So
I'm
ma'am,
having a dry skin.
When you have dry skin, you need to be a little cautious about the entire schedule that you have and the routine that you follow. So you cannot have very hot water baths. It dries out your skin more. And right after bath, you cannot rub your skin. You should just tap dry it and immediately moisturize it. So moisturization is the most important when you have dry skin, and do this when your skin is still semi-wet. So when it's not completely dry, put the moisturizer, because the moisture gets locked in during this time very well. And again at night, if you have dry skin over the body, you can use coconut oil or use a moisturizer. So at least twice a day, you need to keep your skin hydrated and moist.
And what time I had to expose to sunlight? Morning?
Again, based on where you stay in Bangalore, these days the sun comes out really late.
No,
So
I
you-
stay in Pune. I stay in Pune.
So basically, anywhere between the early morning sun, between 6:30 to 9, is when you can get good sun exposure without having any harmful effect of the sun happening on your skin.
Yeah, mostly I go by 11 to 11:30 afternoon.
Okay, in that case, when the sun is really harsh, then you can put on a sunscreen and go out.
Acha, I have to apply this one cream.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
स्किन बहुत ड्राई है, तो मसाज के लिए कौन सा ऑयल?
आप मसाज के लिए कोकोनट ऑयल, ऑलिव ऑयल, आलमंड ऑयल, और थोड़ा अगर आप सहम सकते हैं तो आप थोड़ा कैस्टर ऑयल भी यूज कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि कैस्टर ऑयल में बहुत बेनिफिट्स होते हैं. तो सब मिला के कैस्टर ऑयल थोड़ा सा डाल के आप मसाज कर सकते हैं.
मतलब 2-3 ऑयल मिक्स करने हैं?
हाँ, अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो सब ऑयल का आपको बेनिफिट्स मिल जाएगा.
अच्छा, मतलब कोकोनट, ऑलिव ऑयल और कैस्टर ऑयल, ये 3 मिक्स करने हैं? Okay.
You are not
Doctor, your skin is very beautiful, huh? You're shining.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're looking so nice. And we are having a dry skin, you know.
He's young.
मैं पूछ रहा था कि बीच में
आपकी क्लिनिक बॉम्बे में है?
मेरा क्लिनिक बैंगलोर में है. पर अगर सिर्फ कंसल्टेशन करना है तो हम ऑनलाइन कंसल्टेशंस भी करते हैं.
ओके ओके.
तो I will also leave my number here. So you can get in touch with Dr. Salman and me, both of us on the same number. And if there is anything, we will be really happy to, assist you with it.
Madam, you have not answered my question. Is there a cure for lichen planus? I was asking.
Okay, so to be very honest, there is no cure for it. You'll have to do a lot of maintenance to keep it under control. And as and when it comes up, when there is a flare up, then we will have to treat it accordingly. Till now, as advanced as we are in medical science, we have not found any cure for it completely.
Okay, thank you.
Please give me your number again. I did not write.
Yeah, I've put it in the chats.
725
59
58
No, 7259
72558.
No, ma'am, 7259.
No, you please put down the chart, na?
I've already put it on the chat. I've put it on the chat.
Acha.
Ma'am, it will be in the chat. You go to the option chat, you will find that number there. Not only when it pops up on the screen, it will be there stored, ma'am, until this session is over. So you can refer there. Okay. Yeah.
Doctor, I would like to know what under eye cream would you suggest for us, like our age?
Yes. So I would suggest anyone who's crossed 40 years of age to begin using a retinol cream. Retinol is it's a component that's there in most anti-aging creams, and you need a good pure retinol. You cannot use retinols that are just available. They just say retinol and retinoid, but we need a pure form of it. And those available in the eye creams are the best. So they take care of the under eye wrinkles and dark circles and everything.
Okay, so how do we find out whether it's an original good one? I mean, is there?
So you do see that, it is written as retinol or retinoid and not as retinol palmate and all the other smaller compounds.
Okay.
It has retinol, and we'll have a percentage of retinoid or retinoid and a percentage of retinoid.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other question? Can we wind up the session now?
Thank you everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you, Brinda.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor, so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Dr.
Doctor.
Salman Khan and Dr. Amita for this wonderful session.
Yeah.
And thanks for the tips given to our members. So members have your number. They may contact you for any other further assistance. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.